Told you we'd be right back. Alex, and I'm on your screen again because that's where I am. It's what I do. And what else I do is drive trucks in the snow. God damn it. Yeah. Delivered to the metal bridge, metal beams is what I'm supposed to be doing, apparently, right now. So I need to find metal beams from somewhere. Which I would assume, yes, over here at the factory. So I have to drive to the factory. Which looks like I gotta go this way. Might be the best way to get to it. So we'll put the markers here. We'll just go see what we get. Like this down right here. Boom. And come to the factory to get those. Hero, what do you mean it has you stuck in the garage? Did you join my game? Or do I need to get you an invite? Here we get Hero the invite. I was just looking over. I was like, what's that black thing on my camera? It's the microphone. It's almost like in the spot to be like off camera completely, but I also needed it to be like directed into my face and not hit my arms when I'm like on the mouse. So I kind of like where it ended up. This map is a tough one for sure. There were some tough spots in Michigan, but man, the Alaska map. All right, Hero's joining in. Hell yeah, there he is. All right, so let's find a job for Hero to do because I'm headed to get these metal beams for like the bridge thing. Because the garage, when you first pop in, where the hell is it at? It's right here. Okay, so he's over here. If you want to just find a job, Hero, like there's one right here. If you come out of the garage and go to the left, it's called Containers in the River. If you wanted to try to do that one, just kind of get in, find jobs to do. If you need help with anything, or if you need me to carry, you got more stuff for a job than you can carry on your own, let me know and I'll carry. We're gonna make it happen. So that's what it's just fun to just kind of drive around, and if you get stuck or if you get flipped over or you lose your trailer flips over and you lose your cargo, I've got a crane on my truck here. And I can come crane you up out of there if you run out of fuel. I have a truck with like, fuel and service and everything that I could bring to you.
I'm Duke Nukem, and I'm coming to get the rest of you alien bastards.
So it says you don't have a truck at all? Well, I can make you a truck, I guess, real quick. Here, let's make you a truck. I'll make you one like this one, because this is a good truck. It's got all-wheel drive, does everything it needs to do. So let me... Well, that is another thing, Hero. So keep in mind, any truck from this point that you drive is going to be my truck. So I don't think it will let you recover it to the garage unless you wanted to go back to your single player game, transport a truck over to Alaska, and then join in my game so that you have a truck in Alaska that you can do. Or how much money do you have? I mean, do you have enough money to buy a truck? Because like the Fleet Star F2070A, this is I use the hell out of this thing. It's pretty awesome. And it's 30,000. Okay, so yeah, you might have to. I might upgrade. I haven't put together a new truck in a while. Excuse me. I'm kind of thinking about hooking up this guy right here. All-wheel drive, diff lock, big tires. Dal might build me one of these right here and see what this does. Not like I don't have the money. Fuck it. Check this guy out. All right, well, Hero, you can use this one for now if you want. I'll build her up. I don't have any additional suspension or anything like that. I don't know how. I've gotten so many upgrades for raised suspension, and it's like not for these vehicles. Damn, that's a crane right there, boy. There we go. We got the loading crane. High saddle. Look at this. We're pimping this thing out. Hero, what color do you want this thing to be? All right, he says make it red. Kind of All right, hooking him up with the red truck. Here, he said like blood red. We'll go for like the darker. Ooh, we can go the old, like it's blood stained. It's like old school. It's been red for 30, 40 years. The ace of spades. We'll put the ace of spades. I ain't gonna worry about that part. Put a graphic on the hood here. All right, maybe not. Here we go. Windshield stickers. Some dragons on there. There we go. This right here. This is the hero machine right here. I might actually switch this out and give you my other one. Because this is a bad bitch right here. We'll get you a trailer. Or not. Oh, it doesn't want me to use my controller for it. Oh, that's wonky. Yeah, it's not letting me use my controller to go up and down the There we go. Big ass flatbed trailer. You can carry anything on. All right, Hero is hooked up. So you should be able to go to your map after I switch back out to my other truck. Now just keep in mind that you got to keep an eye on your fuel, but I'll switch over to my other truck here. Get back to what I was doing. So you should be able to go to the map and then select that truck to drive, Hero. Now that is quite the truck. After I finish this mission, I don't mind switching out with you so you can have this one and I can drive that one. Not saying you can't do it, but that is a whole lot of truck to be driving around this map. And this guy right here is kind of like the jack of all trades. It'll get it done. I say that as I'm getting stuck. All right. It'll eat, just has to do it slowly. There she goes. We got that diff lock on there. Get her digging in the snow. There's Blonded. Charlie got you hooked up, buddy. She had her 69,000 channel points, which of course is the screen OG. It'll get you screen VIP status. It'll get you a gifted sub. If you already have a sub, it'll let you gift a sub out to somebody else. So of course she has all that. So she says hook Blonded up. Get the man the icon next to his name and take those ads away. We don't need that shit. No ads around here. Me and Hero are rocking it out here in SnowRunner. I'm sure some other guys will join in here in a little while. Hey man, all the thanks goes to Charlie for that one. Well, yeah, dude, look at that. Screen of the month. And he's hooked up with the He's on a roll over here. That's because you haven't discovered them yet, Hero, because you haven't been on the map yet. So you have to go to, like, you have to physically drive to it to find it. The ones that are like these, the tasks. Like, I think, yeah, this one was Containers in the River, which is right over next to you. So if you come out of the garage and you come over to here, the service hub or whatever, it says Containers in the River. If you drive over to it, you'll have the ability to start that job. Otherwise, you have to go over to contracts, and then you can select these contracts that are available. But if it's just an on-map task, it won't let you do it unless you discover it yourself. Now, last time I came through here, I just jumped right over all this stuff. I'm gonna take the long way around next time. Good grief, until we can clear these rocks. Fire, what's up, dude? And AFK's here. What's going on, man? AFK, I don't know if you saw the post on Discord about the wrestling thing, man, but go check it out if you get a chance. It's gonna be another, probably another week delayed on that because I got big old plans. But it's definitely gonna be worth it if you see what I've got in store. There you go, Hero. I see it says Containers in the River has been activated. But what are you guys up to tonight, man? Did y'all have a good weekend? Right. Metal beams. Need one set of metal beams. We have got them. How am I doing on fuel? I need fuel. I can get some from this service trailer here, I believe. I'm telling you, Fire, this is, I mean, add that to the long list of reasons why I don't mess with Call of Duty. That is like, that's, just keep in mind, that's bigger than Cyberpunk. I don't really foresee Call of Duty needing to be bigger than Cyberpunk, especially when Shatterline is like 24 gigs. And you see what, now I'm not saying Shatterline is the greatest looking video game I've ever seen. I'm definitely not saying that. But Shatterline's 24 with the resolution and content that it has. And Call of Duty is saying 100. That's like insane. For Warzone, yeah. I mean, I know that's going to be like bigger, man. I don't know. That's fucking huge, man. Like I said, that's bigger than GTA and Cyberpunk. Like, that's insanity. Cyberpunk was even a little big, I thought, compared to when you think about the amount of content that you have in GTA. I even thought Cyberpunk was a little big. Speaking of big games, I'm still super salty about not being able to stream No Man's Sky. I want to stream that game so bad. But it is unfortunate that for whatever reason, because of the way that I have my capture card set up, it tries to dictate the refresh rate. It tries to maximize the refresh rate of the capture card. And it's a decent capture card, but it does have some shortcomings, and those shortcomings being that technically the card is able to handle a 240 hertz refresh rate or something like that, but it actually doesn't. It gets all fucked up and choppy and whatever. So Windows is like, oh yeah, it can do 240. No, it can't. I know it. The card it can't do it. But Windows is like, oh yeah, it can do that just fine. So instead of the game just letting the operating system handle the refresh rate of the display, it tries to override it, and it makes it to where we can't stream the game, which sucks because I want to play it on stream so bad. This is the worst way to go about doing this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go the long way. Oh no! Oh, that's not good. Alright, we're just gonna go the long way. Should have done that the first time, but... And then we're gonna fix these damn rocks. I think that's gonna be my next mission. Hero, how's the containers in the river mission looking for you over there? Ah, gotcha. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do the exact same thing. Got to go the long way. If you want to switch trucks, man, just let me know. As soon as I finish this mission, you can have this one. This one probably is a lot better for that type of stuff, and I can use the big boy to do something. I don't know what. I'll find a job. I can already tell going this way is going to be a pain in the ass. So what I'm going to do is carry my ass up here through the snow. I'm going to ruin this beautiful snow with my muddy ass tires. It's definitely a controller game for me, that's for sure. But I mean, hey, the wheel might be useful for very precise steering inputs. We're moving our way on along here. It's probably gonna be better to be on this side. I'm trying to like go to where there's trees nearby so I can winch myself along. I know the truck can pretty much just dig right on through, but just kind of make the process a little faster. And in case that wants to happen. Oh no. The winch let go. Damn it. All right, safety truck to the rescue. Bring a load of fuel with me too. Why is it not letting me scroll through this menu with my controller? And I've just got to follow this road all the way down till we get to here. This way. All right. The truck ambulance is on the way. We can even put our lights on here. There we go. The truck ambulance is on the way. Got a trailer full of fuel behind us. Making it happen. For the crane, there's a, if you press the up on the D-pad, you get the button, I think it's X, is to activate crane mode, and you'll it'll have the all the buttons and everything you need to know on your screen. It takes a little bit of practice to get used to, but it's not too bad. It's pretty fun. This is such a weird spot. We figured this out last time. Like, you get here and you just like stop all forward momentum. Hey Kuzo, what's up? Nah, dude, it actually got to be where we were having pretty fun with it, but we got to a really, really good stopping point. Figured we'd jump on over to hit up some SnowRunner, part of my the new schedule. Trying to play more than just one game every night. So I'm starting earlier. And this thing was just digging right on along till I got to this spot. It's acting like I'm stuck on something. But man, I tell you, that game is some kind of beautiful. I'd love to go back and run through it. It has like a super easy mode. I'd like to go back and run through it on that so we don't have to worry about the alien. We can just like look at everything, you know? It might be, it's up there with saying one of the most beautiful games I've ever played. It's hard to top Prey in that aspect. Y'all know I love me some Prey, but, and like Doom as well. Doom 2016. Doom Eternal was cool, but I felt like it kind of, things got a little wonky as far as like art, the art design, you know? I gotta make a right here. And I'm not saying it looked bad. I'm not saying Doom Eternal looked bad at all. I just mean when you're talking about games like Alien Isolation that are like perfect, you know, you're in the top 1% of video games there, and I think Prey is definitely in that conversation, but Alien Isolation might have Prey beat straight out. I mean, it is one of the best looking video games I think I've ever seen. Excited to play Cyberpunk on stream as well. Speaking of good looking video games, especially with all the updates and everything that they've had going on, and recently updating the newest version of FSR is available now for Cyberpunk, so I will be definitely trying to utilize that to maximize what the game is looking like on stream. Why is it acting like it keeps acting like I'm stuck, but clearly I'm not, because I put it in reverse and it just moves right along. You know what we're gonna do? Spider-Man our way right on through like this here. This isn't working great either. Man, this thing is a pain in the ass. How you doing over there on your stuff, hero? I don't understand why it's acting like I'm stuck on something, man. I've never had trouble coming through this section before. This is ridiculous. And then suddenly now I can just drive fine. This game is so weird sometimes, man. Now it just drives like right along like nothing's happening. All right, we're gonna get out here and then we can get over to my truck and see if we can solve our problem here. You get that crane working over there, hero? Ah, I got you here. I don't know. That trailer you got's pretty much one of the longest trailers you can get. Shit. And you know what we need? We need some trucking music. That's what we need. Let me throw some trucking music on here. Not trucking music. That's trucking music. There we go. Let's see. All right, there we go. That's my 3 trucking songs that I can think of off the top of my head. Y'all feel free to add whatever you want. Oh, and also, I know what else. I'll just let it pick the song. Thunderstruck. All right, Thunderstruck will work. Should have known it was going to do Thunderstruck. That'll work, Yakuza. Hell yeah. DJ Yakuza in the building. When songs jump into my head, I'm just gonna throw them on the list. Well, hang on, hero. That's where I'm going. My truck got flipped over in this river over here, so I have to, I'm going to rescue it. But as soon as I get the bridge fixed, you'll be good to go. So give me just a minute. You can't take that big truck up there on the bypass road. Don't even try it. And if you're halfway up, just back out. That thing will not get this. My little emergency truck barely gets through there. It is not even worth it. All right. Got this guy. So we're still pretty damn stuck. There we go. All right, now we got to get this stuff back into here. Oh, crane mode. Jay, what's going on, man? You feel like running some snow? Oh, no, 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 don't do it. iRacing, holy shit. What are you running? Nice. That'll be fun. Definitely need some practice for that, that's for sure. That'll definitely be a fun one, though. God damn it. All right, here's what the hell I'm gonna do. I'm not even gonna hook the crane to it. Well, I guess I had to hook the crane to it because I can't winch it. I was gonna winch it, but yeah, you're right. I had to hook the crane to it. I didn't think about that part. That is a good call, but it's just going to do that because I'm sitting on a hill. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to back this whole thing out of here. I'm just going to drag the truck out of the water and we'll go back and get the cargo. I wish you could set the game to not go to night mode, because this would be much easier if I could actually see. You don't need to jump in and help, Jay. If you're doing something else, man, keep practicing the iRacing stuff, especially for a charity race. Much more important. I'm gonna get this out of here. I was trying to do it the quick and dirty way instead of doing, you know, a proper, you know, rescue job here and doing it right. So we're just gonna do it right and not worry about it. I'm trying to do it fast because Hero's waiting on me, so I don't want him to just sit, you know. I love this little emergency truck, man. I've been having some fun with it, Jay. Digging the snow part of SnowRunner. It's definitely tough, though. That is for sure. Not being able to see shit ain't helping me either, that's for sure. All right, Jay, no worries. Yeah, man. Well, I mean, if you want to jump in, feel free, but I don't want to interrupt your practice or your sleep or anything like that, man. If you want to get in here, have at it. But I'd hate to, you know, you get in here right when I flip the thing over and load all the stuff up, you know what I mean, after all that effort. Wouldn't want to do that to you. Jay says Stone Cold will come in here and put a stunner on that truck. You son of a bitch. Come on, baby, turn over. Catch that edge, turn over. Ah. Dude, I just drove through here earlier. There's not a log or a stump or a rock. Like, what the fuck? That's the only thing so far I don't like about this map is the material of the snow is like, sometimes it acts like concrete and sometimes it acts like water. Like, there is not a rock underneath here. I just drove through here like 3 times. You can see the tire tracks from where I drove through here. Yeah, all right, there we go. We got gas. I don't know why I'd be like... None of this makes any sense. All right, we got that. Pull this here. Flip this bitch over. Okay. Let's go get this down. Cargo and get over to Hero and help him get across this bridge. What now? Okay, holy shit. Now, we're gonna go on flat ground, get back to this damn cargo, and then we're getting the hell up out of here. I just gotta make sure I'm on flat ground. All right, activate the anchors. Boom, stick them down in the ground. Switch over to the crane. Camera shit is killing me. All right. I'm trying to pivot it like that up off the back of the truck. This camera is killing me. It's just ridiculous. But all right, we're gonna drag her out of here. I'm fixing to just drag it to where I'm going like this. Why is it acting like this stuff weighs 6 million tons? What's up, Wayne? I usually pick this kind of shit up like it's nothing. I've been lifting on the arm. It's acting like it's 6 million tons. Oh, crane stuff I got. I've got the crane. I'm the crane guy in SnowRunner. Yeah, it's acting like these are 6 million ton steel. Like I'm just holding it and it's not going anywhere. I can wiggle it back and forth and everything. Picking up on the winch doesn't do it. Aha, there we go. We got it to rotate. I think it was just stuck in the ground somehow. There we go. Yeah, I think it was just stuck in the ground, Jay. This whole little area over here is just so weird about how it like treats stuff. All right, there we go. We got it in the back finally. Hell yeah. Good grief, man. And like Jay said, we're going to leave it right here. We're not going to pack it down. We're just going to, that's why we got the sides on it. That stuff can slide around all it wants to back there. All right, Jay, have a good night, man. Get you some sleep. Good luck with that race. You said it's tomorrow? What time is it tomorrow? Because I want to, if you're going to stream it, I want to watch. The gluey part, that's what it is. It's not snow. It's just glue that's been spattered all over the ground. All right, Hero, I'm coming to you. I think Jay already left. I'll have to shoot him a message and find out when that race is. I definitely want to check it out. All right, let's fix this bridge. All right, got the bridge done. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna recover this truck back to the garage. I'm gonna hop back out to the map, grab this guy. Now it's got the trailer with it, so I can't just recover it because it'll leave the trailer here. So that is what the schedule says, Wayne. You just wanted to say extending, didn't you? But yeah, man, I'm gonna be on here. We started Alien Isolation at 6. Charlie picked up dinner on the way home from work, which is pretty awesome. We got some pizza in there earlier. Now we're rocking SnowRunner. I think I'm gonna park this guy by the port. Just let it hang out. Drifting trailer action there. All right. This is where this guy is gonna sit. Hero's over here doing his thing, so I'll see. Oh, that's right. I've got to tow this other truck up. Well, I'll just use this one to do it. So we'll go on and refuel here. And if you want to refuel, Hero, this fuel trailer is right here by the entrance to the port. Man, since you guys are hanging out, and I know some of my drifting guys are hanging out, with us. Y'all missed the fucking show on Saturday, boy. I was lucky enough I got invited to be part of what ended up probably being a world record breaking virtual drift event. It was a 68 car bracket. I'll say that one more time in case your brain didn't want to process it. 68 car bracket. I was part of a drift comp that lasted 10 hours. I was lucky enough to be invited by Team SOG to be a part of their broadcasting team and help cast the event. And none of us knew what we were getting into when we started it, but they were an awesome group of guys, and I had a blast with them. And they have graciously invited me back because they do every week, so they run on Saturdays. So I am going to be part of their casting team going forward, possibly, it looks like. So it's a pretty good deal, but I've got to hang out with those guys a little bit. And I think some of the drivers from that event will be hanging out and doing some, hey, there you go, Hero, hell yeah. But they'll be hanging out and doing slide style stuff with us. And I have definitely learned a lot of things. I don't want to say learned a lot. I've just made some decisions on slide style events. All right, so we're going to the right and up the hill. But yeah, I've changed my mind about some of the things that I want to do based on now that I've helped be a part of a super ultra extra legit drift comp where they have judges and they do protests and all. It was the whole thing. So it has definitely given me some perspective on what slide style events truly are all about. I'm glad this rock moves. I want to knock it into the water. It's the worst rock in the history of rocks. Damn it, I tried to slide it. Now it's acting like a ramp. But yeah, man, it was a 10-hour event. I was in the casting booth with those guys. Ran from like 6 o'clock until 4 o'clock in the morning. Pulling this thing across the bridge here is going to be something. Making sure it doesn't fall off. Some of the drivers they had for that event were pretty wild. Our slide style zone Damien was a part of it. I don't even think he was able to get a run in, as a matter of fact, because I think he had a bye run early and then he probably fell asleep before it was time for his next run to come up, because it would have been like 3 hours later. Come on, game. As we have discussed, there is nothing here for me to be stuck on.
Not only are you a hot dog, a grandstander, a showboat, and a prima donna, but you're a liar, too.
I didn't know you could turn on the engine on the truck you were dragging behind you. That's helpful because now he's shoving me on along. All right, there we go. We're getting missions done left and right here. What's next on the game plan, Hero? Have you got anything you need my help with? All right, bricks, metal beams, and fuel. Do we want to do that one together, Hero, or are you already working on something else? Ooh, I can do some log loading. Well, let's do this one. The Port Polar Base Supply. Do you have that one available in your menu there, Hero? Can't accept any on the contracts. That's so weird. Where's my other truck? Did you switch over to my other truck, Hero? My purple truck is gone. Because that's the one you're in. It says right there, Fleet Star. Stand, but let me. So confused. All the work. Oh, what's up? He says click help. Oh, oh. Didn't know you could do that. It's kind of cool. Didn't even know you had that as an option. Nice. Well, cool. See. I don't know, Hero. All right, let's see. Because I only ever play with Jay, and he's just like, here's the truck, go do this job. I'll spend a lot of time in the garage. That's useful as shit. All right, so for this one, for the job I'm doing, they need bricks, metal beams, and fuel. Well, this truck is good for the metal beams and fuel. And then Hero, if you can grab the bricks, if we can figure out how to get it to let you accept the contract. I can come up here and grab the 2 things of fuel. Drop them off. The factory. I think that's where the metal beams are. Or I can just get 2 of the bricks, bring them over, or 2 bricks, bring them over. It's active for me, work, but it's Hero's having problems with all of it, with the missions being active and which ones he has selected and everything like that. Oh, you did get it now. Hell yeah. Well, hey, which I would assume so, Hero. I think that would make the most sense. Could be wrong. Yeah, it worked because Hero hasn't played any, like he just completed the tutorial and then jumped in with me on this. He's been watching us play this for a while, but he hadn't had it. So now that he's got the game, he is jumping in here and playing with us. All right, so yeah, I just got to ride this road all the way up. anything I can do with this while I'm here? I'll come back to it because it's not a huge deal because it's not really that in the way. Yeah, he went straight to the wolves, man. We sent him straight into it. Exactly, hero. All right, 2 loads of fuel coming at you. All right, just got to remember when I get here to make a left. Oh, all the work with the follow, man. I appreciate it. That's awesome, dude. Thanks for joining in with us and hanging out. Turn left right here, too. I told me you followed me on my little control panel over here, but it hasn't said it in the chat like it usually does. My first play, well, yeah. Well, the majority of the time I've actually spent playing this game has been on like modded maps with mod trucks and everything like that. And we were doing all kinds of off-roading, rock crawling, hill climbing, all that type of stuff. And then one day we were like joking about how long it takes the mods to like make the game load and everything like that. So it was like, well, why don't we just start a campaign, like no mods, just straight out vanilla game. And so every so often on stream, we'll jump in and continue on along. So this is my first actual playthrough of the actual game. So we just recently got to Alaska and we're doing our thing. the jam right here, Akuza. DJ Akuza always coming in hot. Love it, dude. All right, the fuel is dropped off. Then I'll go get the metal beams. Heroes should be rolling in with the bricks here soon. I think you can get all of those bricks on the one trailer, right? Nice work, hell yeah, man. I was just gonna ask the same thing about the difficulty level. I know there's like the hardcore mode that has like you have to pay for fuel and stuff like that. Because like I can just go to the fuel station and fuel up and it's free. But I think the hardcore mode is more stuff like that. And like your service parts and stuff like that, like when you repair something, like if you have a flat tire, you have to like buy or like repair your tire, like you have to pay for it. I almost want to just hang a left right here and go through the woods. Fuck it. Ugh. Here I am with that yawning again. Here I go driving into a tree. Okay, I got you. There's a lot that goes into this game. I wish I'd spend more time on it. That's kind of the thing with like streaming and everything. There's so many games that like if I wasn't streaming, I would dedicate a lot more time to playing and learning everything about them and all that. But I spend so much time on the stream and just trying to hang out with everybody. All right, metal beams. I was right. So metal beams coming at you. What's the word on those bricks, hero? Is that going to be an easy task, or are you going to need a hand with it? Nice. Hell yeah. Well, we're knocking this one out in no time. Well, I guess I can start working on something else on this side of the map while I'm over here. Nice work. I got you. You got 5 stacks of bricks. We only need 4. My man's like, overkill. He's like, I'm bringing y'all some fucking bricks, goddammit. I was hoping I'd be able to fit through that gap, but it did not work out the way I wanted it to. I might have done got myself stuck. Yep, I got greedy on that one. I thought I could just squeeze right through there. Could have just gone around the trees, but no, I had to try to split the fucking middle. Now I'm stuck. I think I'm like actually stuck. Like I think I clipped into this stump right here. Like I don't think I can get back out of it. Because I've actually got plenty of space on this side and it's just not happening. Damn it. Aha! Got it to let go of me. Ah, there you go, work. Stream delay is a bitch. It'll happen like that sometimes. Yeah, I was gonna try something with the crane if that didn't work. All right, there we go. So now they're just waiting on their bricks. So Hero will knock that out. Guess I gotta find me another job to do. Well, what's this one right here? Spotted an abandoned radio station, but the path is treacherous. Can you find a route up there? So I just have to drive to it? Why is it not activating it? There we go. I done figured it out. What do you mean the path? It's just got a path right there. Wonder if I can get across here. We can get across there. I should use the other truck to do this, but since I'm already over here. Honestly, though, leaving from the garage, I could probably get here faster than the other one. Alright, we're going right here. Charlie! You all done for the night already? Thought y'all just started. Hey, no worries. You feeling okay? Oh, I got you. She wasn't for long, Akuza. She just started. We'll go throw you on some, throw some Gordon Ramsay on the TV. Let him call people donuts for a little while. It'll make you feel better. Did you eat that last slice of pizza yet? That's still in there. That pizza was so good. And they weren't kidding. It is going to be a pain in the ass to get up here. The jam right here. Damn, babe, you could have at least gave us like the dubstep remix of that song. I'm trying to remember who. I think it was. It wasn't Bass Nectar. Who was the other guy? Flux Pavilion, I think, did a Summertime Sadness remix that was like actually sick as shit. And also, it's almost wintertime. Oh, would you stop it? Go lay with the teddy dog in the bed. Started to sound like Akuma. Uh-oh. Hero said he's got a problem. What happened, Hero? I can get the truck ambulance to come assist. I can come to you with gas. Just make it as far as you can. Let me get this thing to a stopping point. Uh-oh, Wayne said Flux Pavilion. I got some Flux Pavilion for you. Charlie said I'm cured when he said she sounded like a Kumba. He said he was going to be back hanging out on streams more. He said his schedule changed back up again. He's going to be around a bit more. And then he hadn't been here. I miss my Kakumba. All right, I'm coming to you with fuel. All right, baby. I'll talk to you in a little while when we're done. Apparently so, Wayne. All right, coming to Hero with the gas tank. Guess I might want to ask where the hell he's at. Oh, you shouldn't. You'll make it there. 23%. You got plenty of gas. You just won't have enough to make it back. Actually, you might could make it to the fuel station. Yeah, if you make your right there, drop the materials off, and you should be able to actually get back over to the fuel station. It'll be close. I'll drive that way just in case. Yes, baby. After the stream, after I get my thumbnails and all set and everything like that, I'll come lay with you. think I might go around and fix up some of these rock slides next. Odds, what's up, dude? Welcome, welcome. We're getting our snow runner on right now. Me and Hero rocking it out. Work, you got to do exclamation point SR and then however you would search it on like YouTube. Hell yeah, Odds. I was getting my getting some drone camera practice. No. I was getting some drone camera practice in because the way you guys do your, event broadcast is different from the way I do the drone camera stuff on mine. So I was doing it the way you guys run yours. No, I'm not the driver, man. Definitely not. But depending on how many signups and all y'all get for this one, we may be doing a 2-stream setup. So there'll be like an A stream and a B stream of basically 2 comps going on at the same time. So and they have asked that I be the host of the B stream if that happens. So just getting in a little bit. Well, I was learning the line and getting in some of that camera practice like I talked about. Talking to the guys, hanging out, having fun. So we'll see what happens throughout the week as we find out some more. I think I'm at the turn. Yep. I'm right here next to you here. I'm coming to you. Foxy has returned. Oh, come on now. What? Now all of a sudden I'm stuck? I don't think so. He ain't no getting stuck around here. Yeah, that's a big old one there, Hero. That's all right. That's why we've got this little guy to run around and bring you gas. If I can get the raised suspension for this thing and get a little bit bigger tires on it, it'd make a hell of a difference. But until then, we work with what we got. I'll fuel you up. Boom. You are hooked up, my friend. Aha, understood, Boxy. That's some bricks right there, man. Look at this big ass truck. My man Hero doing the work. We having fun, Boxy. We're knocking these jobs out. Boom, son. There we go. Rank 15 too. Hell yeah. Let's see, what's another what else can we do here? Do you think, Hero, do you think with that truck you could do drilling parts delivery? Think that'd be a good one for you? Oh, you can do whichever one you want, man. We're doing our thing. I'm thinking about going over to check out some of the other maps here in Alaska and seeing if I can't find the raised suspension for this thing so situations like this right here don't happen. Because this thing with the raised suspension and bigger tires.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
That one was quiet. I'll have to get the volume on that one turned up. Told you I added new ones.
Stop saying penis!
Penis!
Fuck!
Yep, raised suspension and bigger tires on this thing, boys. She would be all kinds of hooked up to handle this stuff right here. Good grief, this is a struggle. I was just trying to get to the road. I should have gone the other way. I got you, Hero. We'll leave that truck right where it is. And I will switch right on over to it and see if I can't do one of those logging jobs with that big bad son bitch. But I appreciate your help, man. It's fun hanging out. Leave this guy right here. Hey, Boxing, you know, if y'all need any help with anything with OBS, I got you. Hell yeah, Bob the Builder. We appreciate you, Hero. Top level shit right here, Wayne. Top level shit. That's what we're all about, son. RJ, what's up? We are trucking on along here. Hero was in here with me a little while ago, but I think I'm driving this thing back to base now, and I think I'm going to do one logging mission before hopping off for the night. This thing really can suck down some gas. He wasn't kidding. Damn right, Wayne. You wiggling, bouncing all along. Oh, how's that, RJ? Is that fun? You bamboozled me. What is up? I appreciate the follow. Welcome, welcome. Just telling these guys we are, excuse me, we're about to take this truck on home here. I would just recover it, but I want to do something with this trailer. I don't want to leave it laying somewhere. Then I'll probably do one logging mission before hopping off for the evening. We're hanging out, listening to some tunes, chilling. Played some Alien Isolation earlier this evening. That raised my blood pressure by far more than it probably needed to. It's fun, though. Definitely can't wait to get back to that later on this week. Nine days, hell yeah, RJ. On any kind of like survival game or anything like that, I survive a grand total of 0 days. I'm so bad at that stuff. I'm so bad at any like survival games, even Minecraft, dude. I die all the time on Minecraft. This is the song right here, Wayne. Wait. Hey, you guys, prize money for Slide Style should be headed at you here in the next couple days because that got all squared away. So we'll get that hooked up. And then, Wayne, we've got to get together with those modded maps and stuff, fine, because I think there's like a mod map out there that's like literally you load into a white background or something like that. I don't know, but we've got to get your car in there and get a screenshot of it against a flat background so we can like cut it out to put on the shirt graphic and everything like that. Ooh, it's gonna be interesting getting this thing through here. All right, RJ, no worries, buddy. Appreciate you coming to hang out for a little bit. Let's go yank this big ass trailer on through here. One way or another, it's coming. There she goes. One way or another, big ass trailers coming through here. Well, that's right. 2022 slide style champion Wayne. And since Wayne and Akuza are here, hey, literally whichever one you want to do, whatever one you want to have immortalized on a t-shirt forever. And I will build the design like around the livery of the car and however font kind of style you want to do, like your name, and get the slide style logo on there and all of that. Make it happen. But since you guys are here, man, after doing that 10-hour event on Saturday, and of course it being like a legit FD style, the way they did their judging and everything like that, man, I know we had talked about how some of the votes didn't go the way they probably should have and everything like that. Talked about maybe having judges and, you know, having like 2 judges and the fan vote be the 3rd judge and all this kind of stuff. And then after doing that whole event and seeing how they do their thing, man, the more I thought about it, I was like, man, fuck it. Our shit is supposed to be about having fun and just like throwing it out there with the, you know, with the cars, livery designs and whatnot, everything like that. It's all about, you know, because there's no track limits or clipping zones or anything like that. And I think having the fan vote the way it is just kind of part of the story, part of what it is that we do, and the viewer inclusiveness and them being in control of the event, I think is a major part of everything that we have going on. So the more I thought about it, I was like, man, we're trying to get too serious. And now that I've seen what a real serious, you know, drift event entails and been a part of it, you know, the behind the scenes and everything, this trailer is not going where I want it to. But it has definitely kind of changed my view. What do you guys think? Do y'all feel kind of the same way, or what do you think? The alternate solution to the trolling votes, well, because you can't troll the tandems. It's one driver or the other. So, I mean, if they pick the driver that didn't do as well or whatever, I mean, the issue is more with the viewers not being there. I need to do a much better job. Well, like we said, the first season was like a beta test. So the idea of me putting highlight videos together of some of the best runs from each event and things like that, and like a hype video for the new season within the next 2 months, you know, and getting that put together, posted on social media and shared on different Discord accounts, things like that, make a Reddit post, talk to some of these teams, because I found out that the CarX teams is a big thing through doing that event on Saturday, and talk to those guys, invite them, talk about how, you know, I'll represent your team. I'll talk about your drift team and whatever, and, you know, kind of do it like that. I think the viewership of the events will be so much bigger next time that if you've got 5 or 10 people that want to be dicks and do bad votes, it doesn't matter because we average everything out. So I think that problem will be solved on its own. Like I said, whenever we see, especially for qualifying, when we see a run get completed, you know, it's like we can't say whether it was a great run or a bad run or whatever. But if a run is completed and they get a 1-star vote, we just don't count those. The automated system brings them in as soon as the vote's complete, and then we just switch them to 0 and hit recalculate. And generally, it doesn't change the average vote score by very much. There's only been one event ever in which we went back and changed those things, and it moved somebody's position, and it only moved them up by 1 position, which could make a big difference. But in the overall grand scheme of the event, that stuff doesn't. It just looks bad. It doesn't actually do anything. And like I said, we clear those out. And if somebody spins out and they wreck and they get a 5-star vote, we don't count those either. It's not a 5-star run. I'm sorry, they wrecked. It's unfortunate. They pushed too hard. They hit the wall. Maybe a 2-star vote if the rest of their run was good and they just made a mistake and you want to say, hey, you know, great job, you just made a mistake. That's cool. But to vote for a 5-star run, even if it's your favorite driver or whatever, wasn't a 5-star run. But yeah, that's kind of my outlook on that kind of stuff. So what was the logging mission here? Medium logs. So I need the medium log, the trailer. I mean, Akuza, I completely agree, but that's what I'm saying is if we have an audience of, I mean, I'm aiming high here, but if we have 100 viewers, if 10 of them cast a bad vote, 90 of them are still trying to do it properly. You know what I mean? So it would just override. And then you have people that are going to vote for their favorite driver because it's their favorite driver. They want to see them move on in the event or whatever it may be. And the more I thought about it, I don't necessarily consider that to be a bad thing. Like, how cool is it that we have, where the fuck? Oh. You know, that we have people that enjoy our events and our drivers so much that they have picked favorites. You know, like, I don't necessarily consider that a bad thing. And we also have, like, the vote penalty system. So, like, if somebody causes contact or whatever it is, or they spin out or whatever, like, we use the vote penalty to basically attempt to prevent them from winning. But yeah, like I said, the more being a part of that event on Saturday, like, with how serious the competition was and everything like that, like, now I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. I had a blast. It was an awesome event. The drivers were great and everything like that. But, like, it was just, it was boring as fuck. And, like, it's supposed to be, because it's very technical. It's all about technical driving. But our events are not boring at all. They are entertaining. They're fun. And like I said, it's like monster trucks or pro wrestling for drifting. And if it's not the most fair outcome at the end of the day, it's like monster trucks or wrestling. Like, it's about the event and having fun and showing off our cars and driving skill. That's why when we do qualifying, I take the time to... Here, let me pause. Because the music don't matter no more, because we're about to be off here after I do this logging thing anyway. But, like, you know, having that entertainment value be there, and I make sure that every driver gets spotlighted, that what they do, how they drive, always talk about their past performances in events and things like that. I absolutely make sure to do that. And I feel like beyond that, guys just throwing down runs, the fans getting to vote, whatever happens, happens. Like, I feel like that's part of the entertainment value in it, as opposed to a serious, proper drift event. And I'm not saying that, like I said, I'm not saying that it was not a good event on Saturday, but it was 10 hours. Like, there was times where it was like 15 minutes while we waited for a judgment to come through, you know? And Wayne, I completely agree. And yeah, that's the thing, is for the next season, I'm literally banking on us having a, like, I'm going to drive hard to gain us a much wider audience next season. I want to try to put together some hype videos of, like, the best highlight runs from each event. Well, no, I don't know. And well, this season doesn't matter. Like, at the end of it, I mean, we didn't even get to do the finals because we hardly had enough drivers, and the drivers that were there didn't seem very excited about it. In a way, if you could. I know some guys were, and I feel bad about the whole thing, just overall. But either way, and I mean, it made me change the way, like, so when we do the championship, it's just going to be based off points. We're not going to do that final event thing. It's so that way, I mean, theoretically, if Wayne wins half the season again, halfway through the season, he's mathematically locked in as champion. Like, you know, it kind of will be a is what it is type deal. All right, where am I taking this shit now? I gotta go all the way over here. Damn it. I think going back around the other way is probably going to be the safest bet here, actually. Instead of having it, well, no, working around this won't be too bad. We'll give it a try. But yeah, I think that's definitely a major bonus or a benefit that we have. And I mean, like y'all have kind of talked about, and I don't like to brag too much, but our production value is on point or better than FD's in some cases. Like, that says a lot. Like, that's a huge deal. And the benefits of the fan voting system and the way that we do it, we've put together qualifying and main event. The whole thing is over in 3.5 hours. Like, pretty consistently, 4 hours at the max if we get a lot more drivers for qualifying. Just the way that we run things is there's never downtime. There's always a car on track at the beginning. You know, we explain what's going on and everything like that. The first qualifying driver starts out, and from that point out, there is never not a car drifting on your screen. Like, that's unheard of. We're the only ones in the world. I'm talking about real drifting and virtual drift, whatever. We are the only ones in the world that do that. Everywhere else has got that downtime where is a car making a repair? Are we waiting on judges? Are we, you know, is it a commercial break if it's, you know, FD? Like, all these different things. We don't have that. For 3.5, 4 hours, it is constant drift action. Because even when the vote is going on, it's a 2-minute vote, and for the entirety of the vote, we're watching the replay of the run that we're voting on and talking about it. And as soon as that runs over, boom, the next 2 cars in tandem are lined up on the starting line, ready to go. Talk about them for a quick 20, 30 seconds, if that, and boom, they're on the gas and they're running. Like, nobody else is doing that. And I think that's part of it too. And I mean, yeah, we have our little $20 game prize and everything like that I'm always late on giving to people and whatever. But like, and that's just all about fun. It's almost incentive to just run the event. Is, hey, you've got a chance at getting $20. You can basically get a game for free. You know, a cheap game on Steam you can get for free if you run this event and win it. It's not supposed to be serious competition at all, and I think that got lost a little bit because, and we've talked about it before, when I'm commentating it, I commentate on the event just like a pro wrestling commentator. They talk about it like it's a real fight, even though it's not. But that's what I do, is I'm on commentary talking about it as if it were the world finals of FD. Like, because that, to me, that's part of the entertainment value of it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get across here or not. This is gonna suck. But I think that's gonna really need to be the focus of next season, especially with me getting involved in doing these other events. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get through here at all. Okay, alternate path. Alternate path, really. But yeah, I think if I'm going to stay involved with these other events and hopefully get invited even to do, you know, other drift comps and stuff, like do the casting for other comps as well, and kind of get my name out there, get the Slide Style name out there a little bit. You know, these guys know, because that's one of the things that the SOG guys were worried about after they had invited me. They, you know, or they had talked about inviting me along, because they've been around, you know, they've been following us and hanging out with us on streams since we started on CarX. But they had a discussion, like an internal discussion of, is this guy just going to come in and hype his own shit and, you know, kind of disrespect our event? Like, and that is a valid concern for them to have. So when they first got me in voice chat to talk to them, and they were just floating the idea of me joining in on the, you know, in the commentary booth and everything like that, they were asking about Slide Style events. And when I was telling them about the fan voting and no clipping zones and everything like that, oh my God, it's like I felt everybody on voice, they all just went, oh, okay. Like, it was almost funny, and they were just like, oh, dude, we were like totally worried about that. Now it's like, fuck it, we're down. We're 100% down. So I think the fact that we are fully focused on taking drifting and making it entertaining, I think that is going to be a huge bonus for us as far as people watching the events and things like that, and the drivers that come out and everything like that, and just making it a successful, fun time. And because the more drivers we have, the higher the competition is, and just the overall better event we're going to have. And like I said, at the end of the day, my primary goal with all of it is A, for us to have fun with it, but B, is for you guys to be able to throw down a crazy-ass tandem run with these other guys and be able to show your friends. And instead of you pulling up a YouTube video and it's some whack-ass stream and the, you know, shitty production quality and whatever, you get a full graphic stream that's commentated on as professionally as I can, you know, professional style with replays and, you know, the fan voting, and you can see the graphics live in the video and all, you know, like, I want that to be something y'all can take and show your family, your friends. You can post it on YouTube or whatever, you know, like, it'd be like, look what I did. Like, look what me and my friends get together and do. That's like the main goal at the end of the day. It's about it being fun and wacky and crazy and entertaining. And that's what I'm aiming for. And we kind of lost sight of that, or I lost sight of that, not even we, I lost sight of that. Because of how much work I put in and how hard I work at it, it got to be more serious to me than it actually was. So I think next season, with the engine swaps and all that kind of stuff coming and some of the fixes happening with CarX and, you know, upgrades to my overlay system and everything like that even more, and if we, like Akuza said, to drive home the fact that this is about having fun and being the Monster Jam of drifting, and reminding everybody that we are the only ones doing this. And that when you join in on a slide style event, you are joining into something unique that nobody's ever seen until we did it. And I think that's like super important. And y'all know me with my wrestling shit. You know, I'm going to apply professional wrestling to everything else in my life. But I feel like it's such a unique opportunity because drifting is the only type of motorsport, other than monster trucks, that you can do this with. You know, you can't do like stock car racing and take half the rules away and all whatever. You know, it just lead to people, either getting hurt or fighting. Like, drifting in a way is like an art form. You know, it truly is. Drifting cars at all is an art form. And to be able to present it in such a entertaining, off-the-wall type of way that's not super serious and whatever, I just feel like that's a huge thing for us. And I'm definitely going to focus in on next season on that being the selling point. And when I do the SOG comp events and everything, because I honestly genuinely think these guys are taking over CarX as far as, like, I think they will run over BDS as far as serious drift events. Because holy shit, do they put in the work. Like, obviously, I mean, we all put in the work too, but it's just, you know, what we're doing is different. And the way, I mean, they've got like a 15-man team running these events. And for us to have, we rocked out 10 hours on Saturday night, dude. It was intense, but it was awesome. But they are just on a whole different level. So to be able to go to something like that, because they run on Saturday nights, and to be like, hey, if you want to see something that's, you know, similar to this but different, come hang out on Friday nights. And holy shit, imagine if we had 100, 150 people watching us do our, you know, crazy shit and, you know, just laughing and having a good time. And there's no salty, because that's the other thing is sometimes those guys are like, oh, well, XYZ driver missed outside zone 2 by 1.5 feet. And blah, 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 I protest. I think I should win. we have never, nobody, we've been a little irritated with the fan votes going the wrong way, but we have never bitched. Like, none of the drivers are a bit, well, take that back. One driver has, but in the grand scheme of the entire season, we were always like, hey man, good runs, fun times, you know, sorry about the fan vote. There's only ever been one driver who's like, oh, this is fucking bullshit, I give up, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's not what we're all about. You know, like, and doing that other event, because it's such serious competition, and I'm not saying that they're whining, they might be right. There were a couple of protests that I was kind of seeing on the replay. I was like, yeah, they're kind of right. The judges might have missed that. And that's a good thing to have in real competition. But since we're not, you know, we are real competition, but we're not really sweating that type of shit. Like, I think it's a major benefit to us as well that there's no saltiness. There's no bullshit. We all just get together, have fun, and once you throw down your run, it's in the hands of the fan vote at that point. And if you, it's like the lottery. Holy shit, you either get it or you don't. Oh, I'm going up the hill here. So that's kind of my long spiel on what I think about all of that. And like I said, a lot of it is on me. I got to be taking it too seriously too. But I think some of the drivers took it serious and all that. So I think if yeah, exactly. And I'm going to reword the like opening paragraph at the beginning of the rules sheet. I'm going to like reword the way that is. And oh, jealousy, my bad. I didn't even see your other message. You said so runner. What's up? Yeah, we're sorry. We are in depth talking about our slide style events. I'm taking this load of logs to this place, and then I'm jumping off stream for the night. So yeah, we're just talking about the slide style stuff. And after the event that I helped out with on Saturday, it kind of put a lot of stuff in perspective. And I'm super thankful and grateful to those guys as well for letting me join in on that. And I think they're going to kind of, I didn't talk about slide style at all for the whole 10 hours. I did mention you guys, because I've, you know, said, I would say that like, oh, well, the events that I've been involved in the past, blah, 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 and, you know, work that into conversation, but I never like talked about slide style. They may be okay with me talking about it as long as I'm not just sitting there jerking myself off like, oh, don't worry about this event, come watch slide style. But like if I just throw in there casually, oh, hey, you know, haha, when I do slide style events, we don't even have clipping zones, so it's such a unique thing to me to come to these events and, you know, see these guys have to work so hard. You know, I can spin it. Y'all know how I do my thing. But I think that will drive a lot of new viewers and new drivers to come to our events. A couple of the SOG guys that didn't even know what slide style was, I was telling them about it last night because I was in voice chat with them. We hung out for a little while. And they were asking all about it. And I was telling them, they were like, dude, that sounds fun as fuck. When is the next one? And I was like, well, the end of January. They were like, why? And so I sent them a link of our Irwindale event. And they were just like, oh, that's why. This is a whole fucking thing. And I was like, yeah, it's a whole fucking thing. So it's, I think next year is going to be super awesome. And we're going to take it back to it, you know, when it first started as just being fun. Oh, they needed 2 medium logs. God damn it. And the long logs. Fuck me. What time is it? All right, here's what I'm gonna do. How much gas have I got? I've got no gas. Okay, so cheating time. Ta-da. But anyway. Yeah, exactly, Akusa. Let me keep beating the shit out of this dead horse. I guess I need to retain these trucks, and then let me make sure this guy also detach the trailer, cover, boom, retain the truck. We are good. All set on that. This is the extended time here, Wayne. Oh man, I've got plans for I've got my new. This is the real wall that's behind me, by the way. Totally not something made on a computer at all. This is a real thing behind me. These are actual bricks. Look, I can hit them. Look. Oh, ow, ow. I'm hitting bricks. Ow, punch. Ow. I have a cool plan for how. Almost dropped my controller. How we're gonna do this little thing behind me. Y'all will see here in the next couple days because I'm working on it, but it ain't done yet. But yeah, so that is the game plan, and that's how I don't think we need to change a thing as far as the votes and all go. Me and Charlie are still gonna keep an eye on, if somebody completes a run for qualifying and they get a 1-star vote, we're clearing that shit out of here. And we've been doing that anyway, literally every event. That might have squeaked through once or twice, and it didn't affect anything. So, and then for the tandems, the solution's just going to be to have more viewers. The more viewers we have, the less chance there is of there being bad votes that affect, dropping all kinds of stuff, bad votes that affect the run. So that should solve that whole thing, and it's just going to be focused on fun. I'm going to reword some of the stuff in the rules. The rules, guidelines. We'll call it the guidelines. We're not even gonna call it the rules because it's just for fun. Not rules, it's just guidelines for how we do our shit. And Akuza's right. What he said earlier. I'm gonna loosen up the car list too. Obviously, we're still not gonna do like the vans or the vans or like the big rig truck or anything like that. But I think I'll let the station wagons and the smaller trucks, the little utes, get in there if guys want to run them. I think we're also still going to keep the big long boy Dodge Charger out, even though we discovered that the R34 is actually like the same length, but it's just the way the quarter. I don't know. It just looks wonky. So instead of us having an accepted cars list, we'll go to a banned cars list, because that'll be significantly shorter. Yeah. So with it, and it'll be cool too, because with the engine swaps and everything like that, I mean, we could have like a, 2JZ Miata with 900 horsepower or something like that can, it's gonna spruce up things for sure, and really drive home the fact of this is stupid, entertaining drifting. It is all for fun. So I think it's gonna be great. I'm gonna write word for word out the starting procedure instead of just saying chase car goes first, lead car overtakes, whatever. I'm gonna, you have to at least clear the front bumper. The chase car has to clear the front bumper before the lead car goes, and blah, blah, blah. I'll, explain it so that way there's no gray areas. Because the original spirit of that rule has never changed. And after watching them do the cone start, they have a car, and they do it like the cones or whatever for like how real drifting does. Even after watching them do that, I still think our starts are better. Instead of having somebody in Discord be like, oh, 3, 2, 1, and then they have their cone car and it's just a whole thing. The chase car pulling off first and then already having momentum and the lead car getting there and them going to get it works better. And I'm so excited that we all came up with that like together after the first event or whatever. It was like, oh, what's the best way we can do this? And that's what we landed on, ran a whole season of it. And after seeing, these super serious drift guys do their stuff, our starts are better. Yeah, I installed a brick wall in my house, and yeah, it's got the logo, and it's the whole thing. It's definitely not any type of virtualization at all. That is a real brick wall behind me. There is nothing green involved behind me at all. This is not on a computer. This is real bricks. Look, I can knock on the bricks. Real brick. I have a cool plan for what I'm gonna do with this screen here. This is the beginnings of something, and that hopefully by the end of this week I'll be able to do that stuff. So that'll be cool. But yes, Fridays are still. You asked if Fridays were still CarX days. Yeah, I think that's going to be because that's just Friday slide style day. So it'll be just chill CarX for the next couple months. I got my whiteboard that I need to do, but getting the slide styles. The rules stuff rewritten and the schedule and all that. And I'm going to have all the maps ready at the beginning of the season. With all the lines and I'm just going to, they'll just all be there. So we'll know them all ahead of time. So if people want to practice them, run them 6 months ahead of time. If they're like, oh, this is my favorite one, I'm going to start practicing it now. If that's what they want to do. And also that way everybody can check the lines out. And if they're like, hey, the round 6 line at such and so map sucks ass, can we change it? We'll have time to do that. It won't be like we figure out it sucks a week before the event. Most of them are going to be the same that we ran this year. Minor tweaks here and there, maybe. But like the airport one, we're going to completely redo so it doesn't overlap itself. Just the ones that overlap themselves, they're gonna get switched around. But like the ones that, because we all had like our favorite ones that we liked, like the LA block one that we did was actually really, really good. And I think we're gonna hang on to that. I'm gonna try to come up with a new one for Mondello. Because I felt like that one was boring. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a slide style-y feeling one. Red Ring is going to change up. We already talked about that. We've came up with a new one already. But yeah, might even work like the parking lot map in there. Not sure yet. Just got to figure out how we're gonna do it. I like the uphill on the Togue on East Togue. I like that one a lot. We're definitely gonna do that one with like the jump at the end when you come up the hill and like that shit was sick. So we'll keep that one in too. Let me see. I always want to raid somebody, and I click my little thing because I would be following anybody that I would ever want to raid or whatever, and I click over on the little thing, and they're always off before I want to raid Ride so bad because he's raided us so many times, and I can never do it because he gets off before I do. But yeah, so we'll have all the lines ready, hopefully within the next couple weeks. So we'll have all of that stuff. I'm going to try to put together a hype video. I'm pretty happy with the sign up form and that whole deal. So I really don't have to change anything with that. And I already made it generic. So that way every week I don't have to go in and update like the title graphic and all that shit. It's just like, hey, slide style sign up form for round X, whatever it is. Stream schedule, Wayne, is starting at 6 p.m. Eastern time. As of right now, I might, if I don't like how that works out, I might change it. But yep, 6 p.m. run a 4-hour slot of a game, whatever it may be, or the wrestling thing, because that's the other thing is we've updated we're gonna do 2 wrestling shows per week. It's going to be a little bit more organized, so it's less like drawn out in some cases, so like less matches, so that they might run like 3 hours at the most, honestly, because that's a long wrestling show anyway. Raw starts to drag on after a while. A 2-hour wrestling show is solid, but since it's virtual computers and they're killing each other with chainsaws and shit, we get a little bit of leeway. But yeah, so but that's like we're gonna have the old Alex stream. We're basically gonna have 2 of those per night now. So it's like tonight started out at 6 o'clock, did Alien Isolation, scared the shit out of myself for a few hours. Then, found a good stopping point at around 11-ish. And then switch over to whatever the second scheduled game is for the evening. I think usually the games that I play starting at like 6 o'clock, except on CarX nights, are going to be like either the single player games or the wrestling stuff where it's just me casting, doing the thing. And then the multiplayer stuff is going to be the second half. So that way anybody that's doing school or work stuff or whatever it may be, maybe because I feel like that 6 to 11 time slot is best for, at least in American time zones, not really best for Wayne or whatever, but in the American time zones, that's going to be best for like people to lurk on, hang out, watch, play some sound effects, crack some jokes. We'll hang out together or whatever, talk shit about how bad I am at the game, whatever it may be. And then that 11 to whenever is going to be the multiplayer are Paladins, Shatterline, CarX, SnowRunner, anything. I need to get back on that Multiverses. We got to play that shit some more because they've been doing some updates on that. Yeah. So that's kind of the idea. I don't have the games for this week sorted yet because I wasn't quite sure on the wrestling front how that was going to be nailed down, but now that I know I'm pushing that back a week, I can get together a schedule for the week. CarX is definitely Friday. I don't know how we're going to do Fridays, because it'll probably be one of those deals where like I do CarX until I can't stand it anymore. So starting at 6 o'clock and then until I can't take it anymore. So probably 11 or 12. So it's like, 6 hours worth or whatever, 5-6 hours worth of that. And then maybe switch over to like Wreckfest for 2 or 3 hours or SnowRunner or something like that. A game that's still multiplayer, but like, a little bit more hectic and fun. But yeah, Fridays are going to be like almost the whole night CarX. And then, yeah, so apparently Saturday nights, I'm going to be casting the SOG comps as well. So that will be fun. And I will be adding that as part of my like in-stream screen. I've got some changes as to how I want to do that. And it's actually I'm going to have to write some code for that too. I got a lot of code writing coming up for the ideas that I've got. But I'm going to add that information to like the in-stream and the break screen as well as to what the deal is with those and where people can find them and all that. Because I will say this shit was fun and I'm pretty happy they invited me to be a part of it. And I definitely want to return the favor to them in any way that I can. So yeah, that's the game plan there. And I'll actually be streaming this. That's the thing, is it's possible this Saturday I'll be streaming like I was saying earlier about having an A stream and a B stream. I will be doing the B stream or whatever, like streaming from my stuff to their, it won't be here. It'll be their YouTube. But yeah, that's that be the current game plan for the evening. And then, yeah, every night we'd go to about 2 o'clock ish, somewhere in there. I think that's a good time slot for me to get off of here, get some little stuff done before I go to bed, like the thumbnails and graphic stuff and stuff, like just a few hours worth of work, and then head to bed, go hang out, throw something on the TV, fall asleep, and then the next day try to really, I need to focus in and really like be working on stuff. I need to wake up at my normal time and then like just get to grinding, And also because I've got a lot of stuff to do around the house too, take to cleaning, taking care of the dogs, if we need to go to the grocery store, yard work, stuff like that. So Yes, they stream their stuff on YouTube. So they don't have replay. Well, nobody has a replay setup like we do, but they don't have the replay set up. So what they do is they stream to YouTube because YouTube transcodes streams on the fly. So if you're watching a YouTube stream, you can pause, rewind, replay, whatever at any point in time. So what they do for their events is they do the drone cam similar to the way I do, but they freehand it. So I might actually buy a PlayStation controller because that's what his name just jumped out of my head. Now I feel like an idiot, and because I know his name. And I hate forgetting people's names. Curdy, that's what it was. Boy, Kurt. Curdy over there for SOG, he's got a PlayStation controller, but he flies the drone cam. It's so butter fucking smooth. So he's going to share his like settings with me. And I'm thinking about getting a PlayStation controller because my analog stick on these controllers suck. They're fine for driving, just, left and right or whatever. But like, to really granularly control like the axes of the drone cam, I'm going to be doing that. But anyway, so they have a specific way that they fly the drone cam so that way the judges, they watch on YouTube. They're in the server watching the runs. And then after they see the run, they basically watch the lead car to see if they blow any of the decel zones or anything like that, cause collisions, drop tires, that type of shit. And then they go back and watch the replay during the stream. So that's why they use YouTube for that. So I have to make sure that my drone cam shit is on point. And of course, then I'm also casting the event while we do it. Which it's good that I'll be hosting because I'm in the habit of just doing like play-by-play commentary while flying the drone. And I feel like if I don't do that, I'll just be silent. So it would be awkward. So I think it'll work out really good. But yes, Wayne, streaming for them on their YouTube, they're going to get me their information or whatever for their YouTube. So I will be able to hook up a separate profile on my OBS setup here and then just switch over to that on Saturdays. And when I hit start streaming, it'll send the shit to their YouTube instead of Alex on your screen Twitch. But that is the game plan, and hopefully that works out well. I'm super excited for it, and I've gotten so much feedback from like their team guys and their drivers and everybody. They're like, man, you're just so great on commentary, and I was like, thank you. Stop. If I want to keep telling all of y'all, thank you so much. No, they run a full comp every Saturday, and they had the signups posted on Sunday for an hour and a half, and they had 30 cars signed up already. Like I said, last Saturday was 68 cars ran because they don't do qualifying. If you show up and your car has got the right specs, they put you in a tandem. So they had a 68 car bracket. So it was a 64 bracket with 4 pairs to like slot in winners. And then it was a 64 car bracket down to a winner. And they're probably going to do that this Saturday. So my stream will probably be a 32 car event or 28 or whatever it ends up being. And then when we get down to like the final 8, my stream will stop. I will jump in the booth with the guys on the A stream, and it will be like the top 16 down on that stream. So that is the plan. And you should definitely check it out, Wayne. You and Malte would have a blast, dude. It sucks because if it's that big of an event, like the last one, it was 10 hours long. So even if they do 2 separate streams, we're still talking a 4 or 5 hour deal. Like, I don't ever want to hear anybody complain about a slide style event ever. We are 3.5 to 4 hours at an absolute maximum if we have like 35 cars for qualifying. But like, I try to keep that shit to hit like 3.5 hours, man. They started, it was 6 p.m. Eastern time. So 6 p.m. my time. Yes. Because it was 5 p.m. Eastern for their, like, them checking the car specs and making sure everything was good on everybody's cars. So yeah, it was 6 p.m. Eastern for the startup. I can shoot you the link over to their, like, comp Discord if you want to check out all their rules and stuff. 'Cause I think they run like the same. They run the same specs that everybody else does, like CDS and VDS and all that. Their shit's the same. They have like the tire chart for like the wheel widths or whatever based on the weight of your car, and you have to run 100 kPa tire pressure if you're in like certain cars. Yeah, Wayne, that was the thing. Well, and a lot of it too was there were so many, they didn't even do buy runs. There were so many people that just got a free pass to the next round because guys fell asleep or they were like, I have to work tomorrow. I can't stay up. But it just so happened the guys that made like the final four were pretty well, obviously the best four of the night. Like they deserved it. And the final like 8 runs of the night were fucking wild. There were 3 of us on commentary and I was struggling hard to not be slide style Alex and just like freak out for the whole run. I was having to like make a quick comment or whatever and then just like shut the fuck up and then like let the other guys talk a little bit, and it's like, you know, but it worked out really well because they don't really do play by play. They don't say, you know, oh, the drivers make their way into outside zone 1. You can see the close proximity of the second car making their way up to the door, but they don't quite have the angle going in. You know, they don't do that. They're just like, oh, look at, you know, wow, what proximity from the chase driver on that run. Man, they might have missed outside zone 2 there. We'll have to make sure the judges look at that. And I'm not dogging those guys at all, but because I've learned from doing slide style that the play-by-play style commentary, this shit's hard. It took me a while to get into my flow with it. But it just so happened, like I said, they were kind of lacking that aspect. I don't want to say lacking. It's just, I'm not trying to talk bad about them at all. They do a great job with commentary. I've watched their previous events, but like I slotted into that role really well. And it was really cool. But yeah, I was having to really be careful not to just like run those guys over for the last like 6 to 8 runs because they were fucking hot fire. It was so good, dude. I will say that whoever I need to watch. Well, the D1 stuff. Do they have streams with English commentary? Because I know watching FD, like I will say, out of some of the stuff that's kind of shitty with FD's broadcast style and everything like that, their comments, whoever their commentator dudes are like on point. I feel like they do a really good job with that. And watching those events, I kind of picked up on a lot of stuff to like talk about and shit when watching drift stuff. That's one thing I've always thought about NASCAR, man. They have the best presentation of any other motorsport in the world. They are just the top of the top at that, over everybody, over F1, over everybody. It's NASCAR is, and they have a lot of shortcomings with a lot of things. NASCAR has fucked up a lot in the past 10, 15 years, whatever. But their presentation, either through Fox or NBC or ESPN or whoever it is, NASCAR sends their people to make sure that it gets presented in the way that they want it presented. And it is always good. Their commentary is always on point. It's just they're good. Noriaro, I do not know that name. I love watching some of the clips of Japanese drifting stuff with commentary, and they sound like soccer announcers. Like the guys initiate into the first turn, and it's like beautiful and badass. The commentators, and I don't know any Japanese, they're just like, I don't know. Watching it, it's like it makes it so fucking awesome. Japanese wrestling commentators do that shit too, and sometimes because I watch the English commentary versions of New Japan shows because I think Kevin Kelly and Chris Charlton are the best wrestling commentators there are. But sometimes when they're doing commentary, you can hear the Japanese commentary team screaming through their microphones. Oh, okay. Wayne, I can't hardly remember what I did 3 days ago. And then I had the flu. I got kicked in the head in a wrestling match. And my buddy is still giving me shit. Oh, Jealousy said I got to stretch. I got to do that. Stretch. My buddy's still giving me shit for kicking him in the mouth. I feel bad. All right. I think I'm about to get off here. We'll post more. I don't know. Or if y'all have any like highlight clips of like any drifting stuff that like it sticks in your mind that like the commentators did a good job or something like that. Cause obviously like the drivers did a good job, but like if anything sticks in your mind of like good presentation or commentary for a drift event, send me that shit. Cause if I'm going to do this stuff and I'm now apparently getting invited to do other guys' comps and do commentary and casting for the events, like I'm going to show up and do the shit. Like I want to do it right. I want to do it the best I can. I want to learn from the best people that do it in real life and whatever. So if y'all have any of that, man, throw it my way. I am in it. I am all for it. I'm learning so much from watching as much Counter-Strike as I have. Wayne says the Driftmaster stuff is on point. You got it. I will pull it up. Yeah, I've been learning a ton from the Counter-Strike casting teams, and I mean I have my favorites too. So I'm a little biased, but like at tier 1 level CS, there are no bad casting teams, and they're all paired off, which I think is really cool. They don't really, sometimes they shuffle around depending on scheduling, but like Sponge and Machine work together. That's the team. Anders and shit. Can't remember the other guy. I know his voice, but I can't remember his name right now. But Anders and that other guy work together. And then Launders and Scrawny, that's my favorite. I think Scrawny is the greatest, one of the best esports possible ever commentators ever. I just love the way he is. All right, you are the man, Akuza. Yeah, I will definitely check that out like when I lay down and go to sleep tonight, and I'll listen to those guys. But yeah, I'm learning a lot just about how they present what's on the screen to you, like how they add their voice to that to bring out the most of what you're watching, you know what I mean? And they don't talk over it and make it like, because I try, especially doing like slide style, like I don't want it to be the Alex show. Clearly, I want to present and push you guys, the drivers, to the top. Like I want every run, even if it's a shitty run. Y'all can have the most mediocre, lackluster ass drift run I've ever seen. And I'm trying to be like, God, look at how great that, I try to find whatever positive I can. But that's something, even when there's like a colossal fuck up for a Counter-Strike team, the guys always try to either find a silver lining or explain why that mistake is not as bad as it looks like it is, even though we all know they fucked up big time. So I'm definitely trying to pick up on that kind of stuff. And then, of course, like I said, the wrestling. I mean, that's always, that seeps into every part of my life. So just the wrestling commentary of making it seem larger than life, you know. But I appreciate you guys, though. Wayne and Akuza, I love y'all. Appreciate all of y'all's help with everything for slide style events. None of that shit would happen if it wasn't for y'all. I mean, you guys, Jay and DK for sure. Theory, I've talked to him about stuff, like DM talked with him and things like that, and about different ideas for events. Malte too, of course. But yeah, what I mean, none of it would happen at all if it wasn't for Charlie. But I mean, you guys like have been a huge resource for me from the beginning of the whole thing. So I definitely appreciate it, and I value I value everybody's opinions, and anybody that's like, hey, I've got an idea, can we do this? But like you guys, man, like y'all have been there from the beginning and have been all about it. So I really, really appreciate it. It means a lot, and hopefully y'all get out of it what I intend for everybody to get out of it. You know, y'all have fun with it and y'all enjoy what comes out, and you know, the whole thing. So, but I'm not super tired right now, because I thought, you know, being on stream on camera a lot more or whatever, I'd be tired, but I'm feeling pretty good. So I think the starting at 6 o'clock, doing like a 3 to 4 hour game time frame, switching games, doing that game until, you know, 1, 2, depending on whatever. I think this is going to be solid.
Booga, booga, booga.
Exactly, Jealousy. Exactly. So I think this will be solid right here. I'm pretty happy with it. I appreciate everybody that's hanging out, listening to me yak with Kuza and Wayne. Jealousy's been here. Jealousy's like, I don't even watch y'all's drift shit, man. I don't know nothing about this. And the hell is going on with your keyboard, Wayne? Warves Wurs. Oh man. And it gives Wayne more opportunity to alter his sleep schedule to hang out with us. All right, man. I'm getting off here. Hopefully tomorrow my new idea for what's happening back here will be in place. But it's a little ambitious even for me, the idea that I have that I want to do. So we'll see what it does. But we'll find out. But until tomorrow night, I've been Alex. I've been on your screen. You've been you. You guys are amazing. Love all of y'all. Take it easy. We will see you tomorrow night. The schedule on Discord will be updated, if not tonight, early in the afternoon tomorrow, and I'll build out the rest of the week so y'all know what's up. So that's the game plan. Everybody have a good night. Stay safe, and I will see y'all tomorrow.